Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. I'm here 365 days of the year to take your 12 political questions out of the chat before I go on. And then I try to read 12 at 12, or at least 12. I think I've got 14 questions for today. And sitting today because it is just insanely windy here in Chicago. The Windy City is very much living up to its name. And somebody right here is just losing his little fuzzy mind over all the leaves blowing around and all the things happening. And so I'm sitting here and I have a nice little throw here on my lap in case he wants to relax. You're okay, sweetheart. All right, now he's rubbing up against the computer, and now he's back to staring at the window. Okay, hello. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. I do want to wish a happy birthday to Jen Lynn. Happy birthday. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful year. All right, and we have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. So, hello, sweetheart. How you doing? Here. Hey. Where did you get black on you? Where did he has black on his back? Where did you get that? What was that? Ugh. All right, so gotta give him a brush later on. Why is he black on his back? Where did he get that? Anyway, okay, so I've got like I said, I've got 14 questions, so I'm just going to start at the top and work my way through. And the lighting's a bit weird today. I don't know why. So it sort of matched earlier and now it doesn't. We're just going with it. All right. Thank you, Kay. Aiden learns tarot. Hey, Aiden, look, I am camel. Well, you can't roller skate in a buffalo herd, but you can sure try if you got a mind to do it. All right. Oh, is your birthday today? Happy birthday, Shockwave. Okay. And hang in there, Linda. All right, let's start at 3 minutes in. We're going to start in with the first question. Question I'm a little puzzled by. I'm trying to work my way through. So Trump admitted yesterday. Hi, come here, sweetie. Hey. Trump admitted yesterday that he pressured Bill Barr to take the fall for Trump's attempted coup. What? Come here, sweetie. Oh, there's a dog howling now. Thank you, Kathy. So Trump said to Barr, you have to get impeached, maybe. Look, we also had a chance. Oh, and then he said, look, we also had a chance, but Bill Barr, the attorney general, didn't want to be impeached. Will this be taken as a confession in the investigation of Trump tampering with the election? You have to get impeached, maybe. I'm with you, Kathy Anderson. What? Linda Sue. Is Linda Sue Bueller's asking, take one for the king? Oh, man. Friend says Trump just wanted everyone to take the fall for him. That's true. And I'm with you. Yes, he's saying it out loud, yet he's still running free. Oh, to be rich. You are absolutely correct. Okay, so do we have a confession that's going to stick? Somebody? Bueller? Oh, Shockwave, just so you know, I've got Elon Musk in the list of questions for today, but thank you. All right. Sitting pretty. I hope that doesn't mean everybody involved is just going to be like, continue to be like, oh, well. Well, you know, like Marjorie Trader Green said, you know, that this whole they're making such a big deal, this January 6th thing about a protest that happened once. Seven of Pentacles, fruits of labor, Hierophants, that's government. Seven of Wands on the defensive, Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands. Oh no, this is a beginning of. They thought they were fine. They thought Trump and his ilk, they thought they had whatever they wanted in the government. But now they're on the defensive, and this is a new legal push. This is a new. This is about the insurrection. This is about. This is a whole other investigation, that, or investigation or action taken, a new branch, maybe the evidence itself. But these are aces. This is new. It may also be ace in the hole. But I've got aces here, so, and Aiden is no longer a camel, which is great. You'll be able to fit into your socks again. It's important. It's important to be able to fit into your socks. Ugh. Three more cards. Is this going to... Oh my goodness, Judy, thank you. Thank you. Four of Swords. Oh, good. All right. This does not feel like they get away with whatever. This feels like their attempts are Trump's attempts, his people's attempts to overthrow the government are well and truly over and are not going to be repeated by them. So, oh gosh, it is just crazy. The wind out there's just crazy. All right, again, saying pretty. The messages they sent. Yeah, this much of them, you know, this is the same as the kind of stuff the committee has. You know, is he admitting this stuff out loud? The January 6th committee, the DOJ, and others, they have all kinds of information. So the energy feels pretty good. Aiden saying, no, I don't like my humps. Your humps? Your lovely Aiden humps? Your lovely Aiden lumps? All right. We are going to move on to similar. Have a great day, Judy. Thank you. At 9:45, January 6th defendants are now point blank claiming to have acted on presidential orders in the insurrection, quote unquote, presidential orders in the insurrection. Will this hold up in court? And if so, what will it mean for Trump? Let's have a look. Vince is saying the stress from January 6th is getting to Trump, as his health may prevent him from running again. Quite possible. Be Kind says, okay, Pluto, I know you have a job to do, but my goodness. Pluto's not playing. Not playing. Okay. Whoops. Cards just going flying. January 6th defendants. Let's just say 11. January 6th defendants are at point blank claiming they acted on presidential orders in the insurrection. Will this hold up in court? What will it mean for Trump? What immediately came to mind was Trump better hope that some of the January 6th defendants are not wealthy enough to want to just just go a 180 and just completely go after Trump and his information and the messages and all this kind of stuff. Because somebody with deep pockets could make some real problems for him. Tower. Yeah, the insurrection that failed, thank heavens. Electra Storm says Pluto plows it up, but we do nothing with it once we find out. Why does Pluto waste its time and hours? We do deal with it, though. We do make progress even when it isn't obvious. I mean, we're here talking about this. Without Trump, I wouldn't have started this channel. Hermit. 5 of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. I don't think this is going to help them much. 3 of Pentacles. That was the plan. They're on the defensive. Lower. This is isolation. There are other entities in the DOJ, other parts of the DOJ. January 6th, January 6th Commission. There's some other Washington D.C. stuff that's happening up here. But as far as the defendants' arguments, if your friends told you to go run off a cliff, would you? They'd have to. You would have to be somebody with really deep pockets who could. Who would be willing to make a huge fuss, and I haven't seen a lot of that, but we'll see. All right. Let's see. $14 minutes in. Let's do a couple of questions on Ukraine. And Shockwave, I thought he did that. I thought he did that months ago. Is that new? All right. So, 14:30. Oh, this is great. Potentially great. When I was watching the news this morning, they were talking about this. Ukraine may have struck a very serious blow to Putin's flagship vessel in his Black Sea fleet, the same vessel that ordered Snake Island to surrender at the beginning of the conflict. Ukrainian morale has reportedly been boosted. How is Putin taking this? What are his next plans? Okay, so those are the questions, but what I was listening to, at least this morning, unless something has changed in the last few hours, they're not entirely sure it's Ukraine who did it. It could have been something wrong with there was an explosion with the ammunition stores they had on board. But apparently all U.S. intel has really been able to confirm was that it has been damaged. It's apparent, apparently, from images. It has been damaged, and it's headed back to a safe port, probably for repairs. Now, there's talk Ukraine may have done that, which is a huge morale booster. But the other thing about this ship is apparently it is just the flagship vessel. And I rarely, he's usually not one of my favorite people, but this morning, Joe Scarborough he had someone on from the Navy, and like naval intelligence or something. And Joe Scarborough said, because, I'm not in the Navy, but my understanding is, the first thing they teach you at the Naval Academy is don't let your flagship be blown up. And even the Navy guy laughed at that. So, yeah, I think that's probably an important thing they teach there. So on this ship, was it Ukraine or was it Russian stupidity? What caused the explosion? Because if they blew up their own flagship, that could be pretty good for morale too. Renyik sabotage, yes. Yeah, it's called the Moskva. You're right. It is the Moskva, the flagship, which is the Russian word for Moscow. 3 of Wands. That's someone on the land looking out at the ships. That's a card for the reading. Let's see what's in the reading itself. Queen of Wands. Oh, that's a big one. Kitty. There's a kitty right there. Star. Knight of Wands. Emperor. King of Wands. Rather than which side did it, well, all I've got here is the importance of this. That's Putin. These are Russians. This is Russian military, the military advisors, and they see what happened, but they also see what Putin has done to some other people who have displeased him. This is real fear in the higher ups involved. It's like, do you want to be promoted? If I fail, will I be shot? Maybe that's not a job I want. Linda Sue Bueller says, Ukraine didn't hit our flagship, and we're definitely not going to invade Ukraine. Linda Sue says that Neptune missiles are Ukraine's version of cruise missiles. Oh, they did some damage. Oh boy. Communications. It feels like intercepted communications. There was some kind of intercepted communication. I don't know what good that would do. 8 of Cups, 10 of Wands. Send it home. I think this was. There's a real chance Ukraine was involved in this. It did real damage, and they are limping home. That's all this is. I'm getting intercepted communications. This is again that in what happened in the water. But this is having to walk away, the ship having to walk away with all of these Ukrainian, whatever those Ukrainian things are, missiles, boats, whatever that is. And they have to take their bat and their ball and go home. And the people who have to tell Putin are really scared. So, 3 more cards. Bad luck, sabotage, Russian sabotage in Ukraine. So we will find out. Knight of Cups, Hierophant. It was Ukrainian. It was Ukraine. Ukraine. With help from the West. Stuff from the West. Nice. So what is Putin going to do? Because people are really afraid to tell him. Taylor B says, how can so many fear one man? Putin must have something incriminating on all of them. He does on some, but in others, it's, do you really want plutonium put in your underwear? Or a nerve agent put in your underwear? Do you want the scenic route to the ground from the 5th floor? Little fresh air as your last breath? They're afraid, really afraid. Really afraid. 2 of Swords. Page of Swords. I mean, apparently didn't he take out people who he's known for decades in the FSB? All right. 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords, Page of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, Fool. It's a blow. It's a blow to Russian morale, but they don't have a lot to spare. It may feel, certainly, if you're on the ground in Ukraine, there's no question. It feels like Russians have an unending supply of stuff and things with which they can do damage. But Russia doesn't. They only have so many ships and so much ammunition, and it's a kleptocracy, and their supplies are not being replenished well. And the sanctions are cutting into the bits and pieces they would need to build a lot of their own stuff. This was a good day for Ukraine. Yeah. Hang on just one second. I'm going to mute. Okay, sorry about that. All right. This is good. This is good. All right, at 25:30, we have Claudia's question. Whoops. 25:30. So, Ukraine Secret Services warned that Russia would stage a terrorist attack in their own country and blame Ukraine. Such an attack happened today on a residential building. Will his people see through Putin's lies? Oh, goodness. I want to see the headline on this article. Russia threatens to bomb Zelensky in retaliation for Ukraine's attack. Russian military chiefs have threatened to strike decision-making centers in Kyiv in retaliation for attacks it alleges Ukraine carried out within its borders. We can see that Ukrainian forces are trying to conduct subversive activities and attack facilities in Russia. If such activities continue, the Russian armed forces will carry out strikes on decision-making centers, which is what the Russian army has so far been refraining from doing. How did you get black stuff on your back? What is that? Right. Okay, I'm sorry. Russia's being restrained? Is acting in a restrained manner? On what planet? There has previously been speculation that Ukrainian special forces have attacked key sites in a Russian city near the border, such as an oil depot and railway line. But Ukraine denied attacking the depot. And there are no victims reported in either incident. There's nothing here about a building. So, I guess is Ukraine going to attack within Russia, or is Putin going to get away with just saying they did? Lies, lies! I tell you, lies. Can you see that? He's washing his face. This is a good boo boo. All right, two of that's decision. World. Four of Swords. Three of Cups. King of Swords. Judgment. It doesn't feel like Ukraine going into Russia to. It's almost like, or there may have been a time when they may have been thinking about it, but one, they need their forces at home, and two, they are afraid of losing. Ukraine is afraid of losing international support, and so unless a target came up that was very clearly, obviously something that would really help, I don't think the world may not support them if they did something like that. I don't have Ukraine doing that. Not recently, anyway. Dana saying boo-boos and kitties practicing black magic. Oh, that black magic, you have me under your spell. Oh, the spell of the cuteness. And the black smudge on his back, which I still don't know where could he have gotten that. Okay. All right, at 30 minutes in, 30, 15, 30, 30-30. All right, let's just get 30-30, and it's Musk. He of the named foul stench. So I got yesterday, when I read on Musk and Twitter and all of that yesterday, and I was really surprised by the cards because I was getting fear, a very odd amount of fear from people involved in Twitter, investors, but also just it was out of proportion to what we were reading. Sorry, this is just, I guess the sun's gone behind a cloud or something. It's very blue. It's very blue in here. Oh, he's a soft kitty. Let's see, with the white balance, can I fix that? That's a little bit better. I actually have some color. Hey, look at that. I don't look dead. Yay. Yay for not dead. Is my printer leaking on Google? All right. So, yeah, as I said, yesterday I read on this and it didn't make any sense to me because I was getting just a huge level of unease, fear. It's like, well, he may or may not be on the board, and you guys are freaking out. And apparently there was reason to be freaking out because Elon Musk is openly attempting a hostile takeover of Twitter and publicly offering over $54 a share, which it adds up to how many, I forget how many billions of dollars. Copy, paste. He's offering $54.20 a share. My Washington Post subscription is only on, I think it's only on my phone. So I can't look at that article here. I want to say, did I see something else? It was like 45 billion or something. Bernier, 43. Was it $43 billion? Hostile takeover of Twitter. And then Alexa Storm was saying, it was mentioning, Elon Musk wants to buy Twitter. Will this happen, or is he just doing this to drive up the stock and dumping it once he takes money from it? He is known for this. Okay, so is Elon Musk actually trying to take over Twitter, or is he just is he just making money by messing with the stock price because he can? Pretty $43.1 billion. Billion dollars. Do you know how many people that could feed? Do you know how many children could get surgery? Do you know how many older people could have heat in their homes? How much health care that would pay for? All right, what the heck is going on? Laurel Sorensen says, do you have any idea how much he doesn't care? Well, yeah. Shockwave, it's $41.39 billion. Good grief. Fool. He does whatever he wants. And to heck with everybody else. Hermit. Oh, he's up in the rarefied air, not for us mere mortals. Moon. Magician. Chariot. Six of Swords. Grimes was talking about living with Elon Musk, and it's all, if if you want to talk about Aquarian, Uranian, Uranus energy, it's Elon Musk. It's think outside the box to the point of really, because she was saying at one point he doesn't necessarily live in mega mansions. She said at one point we were living in a house that cost, I think she said like $40,000. She said, I said to him, this isn't safe. Could we maybe live somewhere where we're safer? But he has more than like 10 houses. And it's just, okay. Rarefied air, causing chaos. I do what I want. Big showy. SEC. This is Wall Street. Al Menzi says, I thought he sold all of them. I don't know. Lola Bell, that's really interesting. Elon Musk has his part of fortune, where you make your fortune, conjunct asteroid chaos. Yeah. Gretchen asks, when will Pluto do a turn through rich corporations and billionaire money? Billionaire money? Well, yeah, basically when Pluto starts going through Aquarius, things are going to get interesting. Anyway. Electra Storm says, I'm still amazed at how some readers keep saying he will be good for us in the future. What is our future if he's the one to lead us there? Glenn Bird says Musk is building a huge underground bunker near his spaceport. That does say something about you when those two things are combined. Underground bunker, spaceport, personal bunker, personal spaceport. Oh, boy. Two of Pentacles. So what's going on with Twitter? Seriously. Working. Eight of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. No. Yes, Six of Pentacles. I'm thinking. Queen of Wands. Fool. Three of Wands. He's doing this crazy stuff because he likes to then see the chaos he creates. He likes to look out over what he's done. And to him, this is pocket change. Isn't he worth something like $300, $400 billion? He does whatever he wants. And I hate to say it, but as far as, doing things to make more money, I mean, yeah, he does that. But right now, he's making vast amounts of money just on, he could just sit back right now and just on the sheer interest and, what's the word I'm looking for? Shares that are, there's only a 15% tax rate on dividends. That's the word I'm looking for. On just interest and dividends, and he'd be just raking in money. He does some stuff just because he feels like it. So, because he can. there's probably some sort of scheme, to make money, but you're really going to buy Twitter? Elon Musk, are you really going to buy Twitter, take it over? Deborah Murphy wonders if he supports his 6 kids. My understanding is, I could be wrong, but I thought he did, because it's no skin off his nose. Here, have some money. Again, looking out, watching what other people are doing. Oh, those little conformists down there. Linda Sue says it's his life mission to invent, to be able to do. Are you saying that from like his character, or are you saying that like you I haven't looked at his chart in I don't know how long, so I don't remember where his north node is or anything like that. Thank you, Justin's mom. Thank you. 2 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. You're finally going to sit on my lap? Aren't you getting tired? What did you get into? What did you get into, good boy? I know this next one's the Fool card, because I'm getting to the point where I'm going to start to need to replace my cards at some point, because I can see from this this thing on the back that's the Fool card, and that it ends with the he'll make a big chunk of money off of this. Big chunk of money. Die. How you doing? Hey. Okay. My lap has been turned down repeatedly. Is my lap not good enough for Bailey Boo? I have a blankie and everything. Linda Sue says, oh, let's find the time to look at his chart on a dedicated video, like you have all the spare time in the world. Sure. Good luck, Cat Shepherd. I hope it's helping you. Twitter was just going about its business. He started getting involved. He's going to end up making a chunk of money. But it's not like he wants to buy Twitter and keep it and has some plan for it. Some big electrostorm, but will he own it? So, Elon Musk, will you own Twitter here in a while, in a bit? Oh, those are lawyers. Those are contracts being drawn up. King of Wands, 7 of Wands, 8 of there's some kind of legal snafu, legal something, but this feels more like it might be a delay. This is big contracts being drawn up. So Elon Musk is going to own Twitter. And do what with it? Okay, I've spent my whole afternoon reading on this. Devil. Okay, this is the problem. This is why I've needed 87 cards. He doesn't think like we do. I realize he's done stuff. He's used his influence to manipulate stock prices. I understand that. But this is someone who is just, first of all, he has whatever issues he's got in the first place. then he is just insanely rich. And this amount of money, even to buy it outright, it's no skin off his nose. And I'm getting it's obscure, his motives. This is the problem I run into. Because I send my energy out, I don't necessarily get objective answers to my questions. And Elon Musk, trying to read on Elon Musk himself is just, he isn't, this incredible genius, this great, amazing, unfathomable. No, he's a guy. He's just a guy who has his issues. Like, everybody has issues if they're of some nature. But he's stupidly rich, and he prides himself on bolts out of the blue and all of that. Linda Kingsley says it's advertising promotion. Linda Kingsley says he's scattering to you. Yeah. Betty Harper says, remember Pluto? Push the government to take control of what people can and can't do with Twitter? No, did I? That actually... Wait, did I miss that? I missed something. To internet services. Remember Pluto. Push the government to take control of what people can and can't do on internet services. No, that's not really his thing. Belmenzi says, well, the stock is going down today. Okay. Look, I could be wrong, but I'm on the one hand, I'm getting these huge, elaborate contracts being drawn up, but I'm not getting strong cards of he's invested himself. He's invested emotionally. He's invested. He wants to. America just keeps on keeping on. This is okay. I have failed. I have failed you. Because it's hard for me to wrap my head around somebody who could do something to this level and then just not care. That makes it very hard to read on them. I'm also getting he's not as far out of the box in his thinking as he portrays. There's some just hard-nosed businessman investment stuff there. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens next. Linda Kingsley says Asperger's is hard to read. Yes. Okay, well, I'm getting huge contracts. I'm getting the SEC getting involved. But I'm just not getting this being a big thing in his life. Okay, 50 minutes in. Let me see what else I can read on here. Thank you, guys. All right, 50 minutes in. Talk about international trade halted at the Texas border. These are the Abbott questions. We had some Abbott questions yesterday I was afraid to get into without without cutting it short. So, all right, let's do. I've got 2 Governor Abbott questions, and he's awful. Oh, is my lap good enough? Is my lap good enough for a good kitty? Because you are the precious one. He's like, yes, but there's stuff going on outside. Menzie, it's not important to him. It's a game. Yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. 51. So apparently international trade was halted at the Texas border crossing as truckers protested Greg Abbott's new inspections. Will Abbott's executive order on the border create even more problems for the U.S.? I don't have a link to an article on this, but let's have a look. Texas border. A lot of stuff. Closing even a part of a border has huge ripple effects on economic things. That's just general knowledge. Jolly, yeah, speaking of radical nuts, Governor Abbott, yeah. Queen of Cups. 8 of Cups. 7 of Wands, 2 of Cups. Queen of Wands. This is the federal, these are federal policies. Which Abbott feels are overtaking the states' rights. He wants to go extreme. He and what I'm hearing is, make no mistake, Abbott and DeSantis are going for a power grab. This is a power grab. This isn't, they're couching it in these terms of, well, it's, for the safety of the country and the poor unborn, children. Who the unborn children who could be male. So of course we have to make sure. So of course they're more important than the mothers. This is a power grab. This is what this is. And that is something I do not understand. I read on it. I read on politicians all the time. But it is something I have real trouble wrapping my head around, which is being willing to walk over dead bodies for power. I don't get that. Silly me. Oh, all these. My gosh, I really should turn the camera around because Boo Boo's just losing his mind with all the leaves blowing around. Taylor B says wait times now 10 plus hours, up from 2 to 3 hours. Oh, on the border. Linda Sue says our U.S. automakers are suffering and ticked. Oh, and there he is. Abbott just working on his ideas, on his agenda. Justice, Hermit. Hi. King of Swords. This is all stuff going to court. Everything is going to have to be looked at carefully. Court, high up governmental lawyers. He's trying to get this into court because he wants power to be moved to the state. He wants his own fiefdom. Kingdom of Texas. Kingdom of Texas, and he is the king. That's the energy very clearly. Will it create more problems for the US? Yeah, he wants the Kingdom of Texas. Control the border crossings, controlling. Patriarchy. Patriarchy for the masses. Two of Pentacles, Magician, World. Yes. Our way of life is being challenged. I will stand up and stand up metaphorically. And this will be our little world. This will be the change. This will be the end of the old way. There's the extremism energy coming off of this it's like the smell of the stinkiest cheese you've ever smelled. That's what feels like the energy. That's the energy coming off of this about Abbott. Electrostorm, will Pluto take care of him? I haven't looked at his chart in a while, so. The Kingdom of Texas, that's what he wants. King Abbott of Texas. And control women, exactly. Yep. That's all I'm getting on that. He wants stuff to go to court. He wants to do outrageous things for them to go to court, so the court will say, no, it's up to the states. And then King Abbott of Texas can pull, like the Sun King, like Louis XIV, the Sun King, he pulled in all the power from the provinces and said, all power radiates from me. I am the state. The state, it is me. Yep. All right, 5830. 5830. Also from Shockwave. Abbott has notified Mexico and South American countries to keep migrants on their side of the border. Surprise. I'm shocked. If not, then gas and other resources will be cut off permanently. Will this happen? I mean, what is a king going to say? We tend to think these days, because of the UK monarchy, the Capricorn nation that has this immensely old established aristocracy, we tend to have a nicer idea of what kings are. But kings are authoritarians, and they have absolute power. For thousands upon thousands of years, kings, in whatever they were called, pharaohs, whatever, had absolute power. It is a terrible form of government. It is absolutely rotten to the core, rife with corruption, and just steeped in cruelty. King Abbott of Texas has notified the brown people of the borders, down there somewhere, that if they don't keep their filthy, mudbloods over on that side of the border, that the king will decree that no gas or just like with the other thing, it's international trade halted at the Texas border. Well, gas and other resources will be cut off permanently. B. Smith says, also consider they have a divine right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mel Broussard is saying, I wonder how many Latino voters he's making angry by doing that. Well, that's the thing, though. It's surprising to me, at least, just because of what I know, having been raised in this country. Liberalism does not mean the same thing to me that it does to somebody for whom liberalism down in Central America meant, I was saying how if you're from where I'm sitting, be opposite, but if you're far to the left, this is my left hand, or far to the right, if you go far enough to either extreme, they actually cross in the back at extreme authoritarianism. You have people on the left, you have people on the right, you've got moderates, but you go to the extremes, you have authoritarianism. So to me, liberalism is over here. But to people who grew up in various countries in Central and South America, any kind of liberalism, any kind of leftist anything is more at this extreme. So they get here and they're like, oh, we want to be conservative because we want to get away from this. This is obviously leftist. And we don't want that. So we'll vote for these conservatives over here. Not realizing that, no, you need to get this. There is a moderate liberalism that would benefit you because you're not actually welcome over here unless you're rich. But they have a different frame of reference. And anyway, Mel Broussard says they cross at violence, right or left, in the extremes. Oh, your lovely world communication there, King Abbott of Texas. Knight of Wands, Fool, Ace of Swords, King of Pentacles. We will keep our rich kingdom. My rich kingdom, we will keep it white and idyllic with our sword of truth. And if those people down there are going to have their terrible authoritarian crackdowns and terrible rule, well, they're fools for not rising up against it, and they can keep the riffraff can stay over there. This is what he wants. And he will do stuff like this and when the federal government, he will do stuff, and when the federal government says, what? He'll go, okay, we're going to court. And then it's going to the Supreme Court, and then the Supreme Court is going to rule in favor of states' rights, which means the Kingdom of Texas. Yay. So Gretchen, does Texas feel like a creaky ship? I've been saying, for those who aren't regular viewers, I've been saying that it feels like Russia, the Russian economy. It's a big wooden galleon, and it is creaking, cracking up, crumbling. All the C words: creaking, crackling up, crumbling. Texas. Better than Russia. Texas economy. Two of Cups. Okay, so we've got a Page of Wands, a Four of Pentacles, and a Six of Pentacles. Charity. Yeah, right. It's not great. I'm not getting a great economy in Texas. The policies are not good. There are big companies pulling out or who are going to pull out. The more extreme the state gets. Okay. Lola Bell says Abbott's Jupiter in Libra favors him in court. Do you have any? Is there any chance we have a birth time on him? I mean, if he has a 9th house Jupiter, yeah, totally. And I know that Libra is the sign of the scales of waiting, but a lot of court stuff is 9th house Sagittarius stuff for some reason. You wouldn't think so, considering they're usually hedonists who travel bug, hedonistic, fun-loving. It depends how extreme they are, normal, but the law stuff is usually 9th house. Okay. Anyway, 107. Oh, look! It's another question on King Abbott. King Greg the First. Actually, no. Well, here, there's been a King Gregory somewhere, hasn't there? In history, I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Juggling too much. Too little bandwidth in my little brain right now. Okay. 107.30. Both Republican and Democratic lawmakers are tired of Abbott's publicity stunt to take migrants to D.C., especially since it was confirmed it would completely be on a voluntary basis. Will Abbott be calmed down or silenced for both the good of his party and the people he's stressing out daily? Didn't he? Yeah, there was a Pope Gregory. That's true. Okay, so it's mostly been popes. I was just wondering if there was a king. I imagine there's a king somewhere. Busing the migrants. I thought they did. They didn't. I could have sworn I saw an article where they actually did. There was a bus sent somewhere. Jolie, King Gregory of Scotland. Okay, thank you. Oh, Lola Bell, his Saturn at 14 Sagittarius conjunct U.S. freedom and fun-loving ascendant. Constriction, limits, control, as in fenced in, not power like Pluto, but control. His Saturn is conjunct the U.S.'s freedom, fun-loving ascendant in, I believe, in Sagittarius. And speaking as someone who has Saturn on my ascendant, yeah, I come on here and I do some fun stuff with nails and overlays, but yeah, there's a lot I don't do. There's a lot I just keep. So there we go. Electrostorm says, I'm in DC and Abbott has already sent 2 busloads of migrants here. Does he not know they've already been processed and all he did was give them a ride for free? Oh no, he wants to end immigration. Illegal immigration. If you can, if it's like trying to emigrate to Australia, I mean, for the most part, if you don't have $1 million, forget it. But Page of Pentacles, people searching for a better life. Queen of Cups. Knight of Swords. 10 of Wands. It's going to backfire on him. People looking for a better life coming to America now that the Biden administration is in place, not Trump. This is, King Abbott of Texas wanting to throw the book at them, and the burden get these dirt-covered brown things. It's so gross. Out of here, and DC's like, okay. It's not good for you when your publicity stunt. Good luck with your authoritarianism. Yeah. Gary Atkins. It's like they wanting a white utopia. Yeah, so I can itch in my back. The thing about utopia is the word utopia literally means nowhere. That's literally, if you translate the word utopia, it means nowhere, because this ideal dream of this perfect whatever does not exist. Electra Storm says the irony is that in DC we have programs to take care of them. Yep. All right, at 1:12 and a bit. Checking on Dianne Feinstein. $12:30. Dianne Feinstein, according to reports, may be suffering from dementia. Will the 88-year-old California senator leave office soon? Oh, I've been reading on this for several years now, this exact topic. I get various people pulling her aside saying, look, it's time. But it's her identity, her very sense of self is wrapped up in this job she has. And it's so hard. It's almost like Jeanette Carpenter says Feinstein's husband died February 27th. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Bless. It will be up to her daughter to convince her to step down. There's this feeling like without this job, she doesn't exist. She has no value. Well, not no value, but there's her identity is so wrapped up in this job. It's time. You're 88. It's time. It would be the end. It would be the end of her life. It would be the end of. It's a job. Okay, you've done it great, you think, but you're 88 now, and it's time to just relax. Just relax. I mean, I already know I'm going to be, working in my. I'll still be working in my 70s, maybe 80s if I can. It's just. There's no retiring at there's no retiring at 65 for me. I know that. But at 88, that's quite a job to be holding, to be doing with modern medicine at the state it is, and aging research at the state it is. All right. 9 of Wands, Knight of Cups. Hello. Hi. There you go, sweetie. I think this might be a daughter talking, saying, here, let me carry that for you. It's time to go. She has had great accomplishments. She's fought the good fight. She's walked away more victorious than not. Accolades. But she doesn't, the physicality isn't what it was. And this is a page saying it's time. Linda Kingsley says many 88-year-olds are focused. Oh, seriously, I'm not sitting here. Please do not misunderstand, or if I have misspoken, please forgive me. I hope you know by now, I am not like, oh boy, you hit a certain age, you're over the hill. No, but I'm saying that, do you know how hard her job is? And it's one thing to be focused, but when you're 88, with modern medicine, the state it's in, and you know, there's talk of possibly some issues going on there. That's a lot. That's a lot. So, you know, hey, there are people who are 90, 95, what have you, who, oh my gosh, they're like, they've been doing yoga for decades. They've run marathons. They're smarter and sharper than I am by a long shot. But she doesn't do that. Does that make sense? I hope so. All right. Al Menzi says we all age differently. That's true. Lindsay Kingsley says it's her illness that's hurting her, not her age. Yet it's how you take care of yourself. There's genetics, but there's also, she's not somebody who has, you know, is she vegan? I mean, is she on a high antioxidant diet? Does she do yoga, weight training, cardio? You have to really work if you're going to have that's a job I wouldn't do. That would be a hard job for me. So, all right, I'm going to just stop talking about this now, because I hope that people understand I'm not attacking anybody. But I know from experience that these conversations, someone will, I've either misspoken, which is most likely, or someone is just going to take this the wrong way no matter what I say, when I don't mean any. I'm not ageist. I'm just not. So anyway. Lola Bell says Neptune, Jupiter, and Mars in her 6th house of work and health. Okay. So action, taking action, daily work, house ruled by Virgo. Neptune is at 6 of Virgo, trine her midheaven. Okay, thank you. All right. And Ian says swimming, steam room, sauna, not smoking, no alcohol, keeps you young. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. At 1:20:30. Hello, dear. You know, this is prime nap time and you haven't been napping. You haven't been napping at all. It's soft little kitty. He has the softest fur. You're very good. You're so good. Yes, you are. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. You're a good boy. You're okay. It's okay. You're okay. All right. Thank you, Dave. Well, happy early birthday, Linda Kingsley. I hope it's wonderful. I hope the coming year for you is wonderful. So. Kitty wants to pull some cards. Yes. Boo boo break. Yes. All right. 120. Where am I? 122. Okay. Do you remember? Do you remember? Remember the days when Trump said that people who joined the military were losers and suckers because he's a vile troll and completely wildly narcissistic. Remember that? Yeah. Well, Marjorie Trader Green is facing serious backlash for her comments about joining today's military. Quote, "It's like throwing your life away," unquote. Okay. People who have risked their lives for our country, who have given their lives for our country, who have bravely faced the most awful situations and sacrifice, train hard to keep our country free and to keep us, with the powers and the freedoms we have. And she's saying it's like throwing your life. Lady, how do I, okay, let me, what's the nicest way I could put this? Because I can think of a not nice way to put it, but I don't like talking like that way on my channel. If there's something here that needs to be thrown away, has nothing to do with somebody's life as they go into the military. So the question is, since the military is sacred to the far right, are her days as the poster child numbered? It's like throwing your life away. Really? You are a troll. You are awful. And will this make any difference? Oh yeah, she's always throwing far right garbage around and not listening to sense or the other side. Military, people who give their lives for our freedoms. And I'm sorry, what have you done? Hanged man. There are some people who are not going to like this. Yeah, this. I want to double check the article because there was a link. There's a link in the description box for this article. So I just want to quickly look. Adam Kinzinger called Marjorie Taylor Greene an idiot over military remarks. Because Kinzinger was a lieutenant colonel in the Air National Guard. Dobbs, Lou Dobbs, please. Dobbs also, he questioned why people would enlist in Biden's military if they're going to be used as boots on the ground in Europe amid the Russian invasion in Ukraine, after fighting with a third world country for 2 decades before pulling out with our tail between our legs. What a scumbag. Who in his or her right mind would say, "Sign me up for that, Sarge?" Dobbs asked. In reply, Greene said, "Not my son, and I know a lot of young people don't want to have anything to do with that. It's like throwing your life away." Not to mention how they've been forced to take the vaccine, and the ones that didn't want to take it have been discharged. Who wants to be treated that way? Kinzinger said about her, "Just an absolute idiot, yet still wants to be praised by people like McCarthy because, well, money and speakership." Audio of Greene's remarks were posted on Twitter. Okay. There are some people who are not happy. Not happy. So will they finally get rid of her? Please. Amenzi says it's for the publicity. Be Kind says, my husband, a Vietnam vet, thank you for your service, just said, he goes to lay down and then a leaf blows by the window and he jumps back up. Where was it? Be Kind says, my husband is a Vietnam vet, just said, consider the source. Yep. People who are willing to go off, to join the military and go off. And thank you for your service. Thank you. I wouldn't be able to do this without so much bravery. Without so much bravery by people who've gone out and fought for our freedoms. Magician, 2 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. There's some veterans groups that are not going to be too happy with her. And she's going to keep saying stupid stuff like this and worse. And she might start having some fundraising problems at some point. Here's some veteran groups or some other groups saying, we're not sending money your way. So, all right. Shockwave says, breaking news, Yahoo News reporting Elon Musk looks to kill Trump's social media company. Trump's social media company? What's he going to do? Get a spray bottle and go with some water? And Truth Social will just collapse. He could just walk up to it and just go, and it would collapse. Anyway. All right. And honestly, that's going to do it for me for today. I'll take the questions I have left. I have a few questions left, and I'll move them to tomorrow. It kind of took a lot out of me today. But thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm going to be back here tomorrow. because I'm here 365 days of the year to take your questions, and I do answer your questions. Sometimes it takes me a day or two, but I really do try to answer your questions. It is 1:45 p.m. here in Chicago. It is windy as all get out. The cat, who's usually asleep by now, is just glued to the looking out the window because of all the leaves and things blowing around. It's just driving him nuts. And like a flock of birds level of nuts. But I will be back here tomorrow at 4 o'clock Central Time in the U.S. I'll be over on the Book Art Media channel. Links in the description. By the way, I didn't mention it at first this morning. Before I go, I just want to mention I should be mentioning this first. I'll have to mention it first tomorrow, certainly. Saturday, we're having another drawing. So if you are at all interested, better pick up my cards. If you are at all interested in winning one of these pouches that I keep my cards in, I can get 2 decks in here easily. I like the feel of this material. It has a design that I put together. All I have to do is sign up for the Book Art Media newsletter. The links in the description again. It's just a month. You will get a monthly newsletter from me. Book Art Media is the kind of parent company, as it were. It's my publishing thing, and Black and Orange is a part of Book Art Media. So every month you'll get an email that just says kind of what I've been working on, what's coming up. That's it. I don't sell your information. I don't. But the only thing is, right now, for these first few drawings, I can only send to people in the U.S. and Canada. I'm sorry about that. I'm just training wheels. Just started this. I've never done giveaways before. I've never had a newsletter before. I just signed up yesterday. I finally finished the paperwork, so I can do virtual mail because I needed a mailing address to use. So because it's since 2004, if you send out newsletters, you have to put a physical address on the newsletter. So I've got, and I didn't want to use my home address. So there's that. It won't be for parcels or anything, just letters. But so I got that sorted out. So yeah, making progress. All right. So there's going to be a drawing on Saturday for one of these pouches. All I have to do is sign up for the newsletter, and we'll do the drawing live. Sarah will probably come on, and we have this great spinning wheel with the numbers on it, and it's got a little bunny face that spins and the sound effects, and it's fun. We'll do that Saturday. All right. Hang in there. Thank you. All right. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Don't forget, there are good days ahead.